How are you? Hello. How are you? Hello. How are you? How are you today? Good job, boys and girls. I know that's a new song that we've been working on. All right, today we are on a field trip. We're gonna go on a field trip together with our video today, and we're at Forest Park Nature Center, and we're gonna go on a tree hunt. So are you ready to come along and help me find some trees? We're gonna see what we can see. All right, we took a break here because I wanted you to notice some of the colors of the leaves. I'm noticing that some are green, but I also see some other colors. Do you see any other colors up there? Oh, yep, some of you are saying it. I see some yellow leaves. Good job. And I see some orange leaves. Does anybody else see orange ones? Good job. And some leaves I see are turning brown. And even way off in the distance, I see some red leaves. They're kind of far away. But I bet if you go out on a nature hike, you might see some red ones too. Boys and girls, I wanted to show you something else I noticed on my walk today. I noticed the different sizes of trees, and we talked about that yesterday in circle time. Some trees are little and some trees are big, and I'm noticing behind me some different sizes. I noticed that this tree is very little. Its trunk is very skinny and it's not very tall. Then I noticed that this tree, it's kind of medium sized. It's a lot taller and it's kind of thicker. A lot thicker than this one. But then way back here, there's an even bigger tree. This one's so thick I couldn't even put my arms around it. So trees come in all different sizes. And if I show you my whole walking area, you'll see that there are lots of different sizes of trunks all around me. So let's look all around for all the different sizes of the trees in the forest. The trees in our forest are homes to lots of animals too. Do you know what kind of animal this guy is? You have to be really quiet when you're on a walk to see the animals. You're right, he's a squirrel, and I bet he's looking for some nuts to last him all winter. Do you remember in our book yesterday called Our Tree Named Steve, when the storm hit and Steve fell over? This tree kind of reminds me of Steve. It looks like a storm hit and his trunk split and he fell over. He's not quite as big as Steve, but he's still a fallen over tree. What did they do with Steve? Do you remember in our story? Some of you remember. They made a tree house out of him. Maybe somebody could make a tree house out of this tree that fell over. I don't know, that would be a good idea. This is another kind of cool thing I just found on our walk. It looks like a tree that fell over and was probably blocking the way. So they cut it down, but if you look below, you can see all the roots that came out of the ground when it fell over. And I bet you that something has a house inside of there. The trees are houses to so many different creatures.
I think I saw a rabbit go right through that hole earlier.
It'd be a good home for a rabbit or a fox or a raccoon. All kinds of creatures live in trees that fell down. One more really cool thing that we spotted was this mommy deer and her babies who were just taking a rest underneath the trees. All kinds of animals use trees as their homes, or to give them shelter, or even to give them food. And this mommy and her babies are that way too. They use the trees in the forest. I would love it if you and a grown-up at your house would go on a nature hike of your own. You could go in your backyard, or you could go to a park. Any place that you know of that you can see trees, you and a grown-up could go and see if you can talk about the colors you see, the sizes of the trees, and the animals that are using the trees as their home. See if you see any things that the trees drop on the ground. And just enjoy the nature around you when you're out on your walk. Thanks for coming on my walk with me today. I hope that you had a good time exploring with me and my little boy Ryan at Forest Park Nature Center.